confirm you can hear? Can you confirm everyone can hear me loud and clear? Okay, fantastic. I can see some thumbs up. All right, fantastic. Thank you for joining the session. I promise you, this particular session is going to be mind-blowing. Violet said 10 over 10, fantastic. Right, I believe we are all full energy and information how to dive into this particular session we have today. Now, before I go ahead, going on to introducing myself, going on to introducing Analytics, I want to know my audience, everybody that I'll be talking to tonight. I want to know where you're joining from. So if you're joining from, if you're joining for the very first time, so if you're somebody that joined the analytics session, any session like this with analytics for the very first time, I want you to drop a 1 in the chat, okay? But if you're joining the second time, third time, whatever amount of time, so far it's not your first time, drop your favorite emoji in the chat box. Fantastic. I see a lot of ones. That's interesting. I can see a lot of ones. Precious, Okikola, welcome. Violet, welcome. Moses, welcome. Samuel is also welcome. Osariti is OG. Okay. Thank you for joining us again, Osariti. Violet also is OG. Edna is also a 1. Thank you for joining the session. And trust me, I'll be guiding on through some fantastic things you'll be doing tonight and how you'll be able to leverage on a lot of information I'll be sharing to making that transitioning. All right. How you can leverage into a lot of things that is regarding you having absolutely no coding experience and you being able to dive into tech. These are the things we'll be talking about today. Okay. So make sure if you have a friend, if you have a colleague that you want them to really be part of this session, you might want to just reach out to them, right? Reach out to them and have them join this session because this session is going to be quite informative and you're going to have a lot that you'll be able to take away from this session today. Okay, so if you have anybody that you feel you want them to join this session and have a full impact on the information we'll be sharing, can you just send them a message, share the link with them, and have them join this session? Okay. Now, I want to know where everybody's joining from. For example, my name is Prince Adeakoni, and I'm joining from Manchester, or I'm Prince Adeakoni, I'm joining from Calgary, or I'm Prince Adeakoni, I'm joining from Texas. All right. So I want you to drop it in the chat, your name and where you're joining from, so I know exactly where my people are. Okay. Let me see that. I have Stella from Kenya. Good to have you here, Stella. PC is joining from Birmingham. Fantastic. I have Olushare from Ashford, Kent. For Ola is from Kent. Samir is from Edmonton. Good. Afolabi is from Australia. Fantastic. Good to have you. Good to have everyone here. All right. So tonight, fantastic. Saskatchewan, Precious is from Nigeria. Moses is also from Lagos, Nigeria. Edna is from Nigeria. Tina is from Newcastle. Good to have each and every one of you here tonight. I promise you, this particular session is going to be mind-blowing because I'll be showing you some very key information and some very fantastic things you can leverage on to get yourself into whatever opportunities you're looking to achieve. I'll dive into them today and you'll be able to take first-hand information to moving ahead to whatever you're looking to achieve. The one thing you need to also take notice of is I have my colleague, Daisy, in the chat box. What she'll be doing is she will be answering some of your questions, some questions if you drop in the chat box. She will answer some of these questions for you. I have some of my colleagues there. And also, most importantly, they'll be sharing an attendance form. So if you're joining this session for the very first time, this session is recorded, meaning by the time we are done with the session, we're able to have this session shared to your email and also all the materials I'll be working around with today. I'll also be able to share that to your email. So make sure that you click on the attendance form and make sure you complete it so that when we're done, we're able to share the information to your email 100%. Okay. So diving into what we have for today, we are diving into What are the career paths you can get into in tech that have absolutely require you not to have anything to do with coding at all? So if you're somebody like me, you don't like anything that has to do with coding, you don't like calculations, you don't like mathematics, you don't like anything technical so much, but you still want to get into tech. This session will be shedding light as to each career path are these golden nuggets and how can you get into them? Do you even have what it takes to get into this career path? These are the things we'll be talking about today. So sit back, and if you have questions, you can always drop it in the chat box. And by the time I'm done, I'll be able to read through this the chat box and answer your questions. Or some of my colleagues will be able to even answer this question while I'm still speaking with you. All right. So these are the things we'll be looking to dive in today. So sit back, relax, and trust me, it's going to be a really fun session today. All right. Now, looking at what we're looking to achieve today, why are we here today? It's quite simple. Whatever career path you're currently in, whatever transitioning journey you're looking to get into, this particular session will give you a very clear understanding as to what are the things you need to do. What are the things you need to have? What are the things you need to possess in yourself to be able to leverage on to get into tech? And when you're getting into tech, I'm not talking about the scary stories you must have heard about programming. It's highly intensive of when it comes to programming and all those stuff. No, absolutely not. What are the ones you can get into that requires no coding at all? And when I mean no coding, I mean absolutely no coding. These are the reasons why we are here today, and I'll be guiding you on how to achieve everything you are looking to achieve. And trust me, this session, if you are the kind of person that, oh, you're tired of whatever you're doing, you're looking to switch from wherever you are into health tech, you're tired, you're currently a nurse, you're currently a bedside nurse, you're currently a support worker, you are tired. Everything you're doing is taking away that family time from you. You don't seem to have a time to yourself anymore, not to even speak of you having time for your family. Everything is totally away from you, out of your hands. So if you're looking to be some like a work from home dad or work from home mom, this is your session, because what we've been able to identify is over 20% of roles that are currently majorly available almost day over day. These are roles that are 100% remote based, meaning somebody that is looking to be more of a present mom, you want to be more flexible with your work. You want a career in tech, but you're sacrificing everything you have to be able to get into that career or your current work. These are the things we'll be looking at tracking out tonight. And if you have a background in healthcare, either as a nurse, a healthcare assistant, a support worker, like I said earlier, all these things will be covered today, and how you can leverage on your current existing skills, experience to get into tech. These are the things we'll be talking about today. I'm going to be very niche based, which is how you can leverage on everything you have. Either you have a background in healthcare or you don't even have a background in healthcare. How can you get a job in the healthcare space without having any background? All right. If you have a background, that's a fantastic leverage for you. But if you don't have a background, how do you go about it to get yourself into the healthcare space? And what we'll be looking at talking about today, all right, or I'll be showing you. The first thing I'll be talking about or showing you is definitely, I'm going to show you what are the jobs in the healthcare space you can land within 6 months. Either you have a background or you don't have a background, where are the jobs or how can you get these jobs within 6 months? I'll also be showing you the skills you require. What are the things that the people looking to hire you in these roles, what are the things they're looking out for, and how can you get them? All right. You also be learning how to gain the experience you need to actually show these employers that you have the experience that they need and make you one of like the best person that can get into the job. And lastly, I'll also show you how to land jobs. Doesn't really matter where you're joining from, US, Canada, UK, Nigeria, wherever, Australia, wherever you're joining from, I will show you how to search for these jobs available and how you can learn them 100%. All right. This is my job today, and I'll show you all these opportunities 100%. Now, talking about Analytics, Analytics is a leading educational technology company, and we've been at this space for quite some time now. We've been at this for over 5 years. And in these 5 years, you've been strictly helping people. We play both in the consultancy space and also in the educational space. In this time frame, we've been able to help over 3,000 people that have absolutely no background at all in tech to transitioning and landing their first job in tech. All right. And we have programs that cut across different sectors. We have techs, we have business analysis, data engineering, data science, financial analytics, HR analytics, DevOps engineer, cybersecurity. These are the things that we have and be able to leverage on to put you into landing those high, fantastic jobs in tech. And when it comes to the team of professionals teaching you how to be these professionals, you have people working in fantastic organizations like Apple, McKinsey, Tesla, Microsoft. You have people working in these companies, working as these professionals, coming into your classes and helping you transition, learn how to actually be such professional. These are the people that are teaching you how to be anything you're looking to get into. And by myself, my name is Prince Adeokoni, and I have a wealth of experience in data analytics, data science, cybersecurity, business intelligence. But most importantly, why I'm here today is while I've been in this space for some time, during my time, I've been able to help over 500 people transition into tech and helping them to land their first job in tech with absolutely no background at all in tech. All right. These are the things that I'll be showing you. And also, these are the things I'll be guiding you. Now, the number one thing we want to really take note of tonight is tech is really high in demand. And when it now comes to health tech, the demand is over the roof. And what do I mean by that? I mean, there's a lot of health organizations that are really looking for health tech professionals to help them solve a lot of problems. These are the things that a lot of organizations are looking out for. And what you'll be going through is making you understand how 100% easier it is for you to actually get a job if you currently have a career path in tech. Meaning, if you're currently a medical doctor, if you're a nurse assistant, if you're a nurse, bedside nurse, if you're a support worker, what you have currently makes it 10 times incredibly valuable for you to leverage on them to get that job. I'll be showing you all these things tonight and how you can leverage on these things to get those jobs that you're looking out for. And when it comes to really high in demand jobs, I'm going to put names to it, all right? Because you have a lot of them. The first one that is really, really high in demand that a lot of organizations are currently looking out for, they are the ones that I write on this particular page. So you can actually see the things that you have and how you can leverage on those things to achieve what you're looking to achieve. The first one is the healthcare business analyst. These are people that are business analysts, but in the healthcare organization. You have fantastic people like healthcare informatics specialists. You have people like that. You have healthcare data and reporting analysts. These are people that leverage on healthcare data sets to help organizations make an informed decision. All right. And these are roles that will have a lot of people that have been able to go through the program and finding themselves transitioning and landing jobs in different parts of this career path. You have all these people. You have medical data analysts. These are people that have fantastic medical background, being able to leverage on the information available, the skill available, leverage on that and getting themselves into the role of medical data analyst. You have healthcare data scientists, healthcare data analysts, health informatics analysts, healthcare process analysts. These are business analysts transitioning or leveraging what they have to get into the healthcare space. You have pathology data analysts. I will show you someone that also went through the data analytics program. I'll be showing this person today from having absolutely no background at all to landing a job as a pathology data analyst. I'll show you this person. The person is also part of people we'll be talking about today. You have clinical decision support analyst, patient journey facilitator. These are, and you see one very fantastic thing about everything I've been talking about is all these roles that I'm talking about, none of them, absolutely none of them will require you to get on the job and start coding. No, absolutely not. Because what you're doing 100% is you are leveraging on your technical skill that you'll be learning on the program to finding yourself how to land that job that you need. So when you get into any of these roles, you can see on your screen and some more, you have absolutely nothing to do with coding. Absolutely none. And I'm not just saying it for the fun of saying for the fun of saying it. Absolutely not. We had people that's been able to actually get into these roles and land jobs. We have people that have been able to go in through this program and been able to land a job. Sharon went through the business analysis program and she was able to land herself a job as a business data analyst with a health organization over here in UK. All right. And what she went through was the same program that it's currently available for everybody to get into, leveraging on some special things that I will be talking about today 100%. All right. And the process that she went through was the way the programs are structured, which I'm still going to talk about, right? She was able to leverage on everything she must have worked on during a business analysis training. And when it's time for her to get a job, she just don't go ahead to say, oh, she wants to apply to a job just like that. She went ahead to tailor her CV as a business analyst to getting into that healthcare role. And she was able to find herself landing a business data analyst job. Now, some of the things that she was exposed to during her training, you have her joining a lot of mentorship sessions. You have her joining a lot of job strategies on how to achieve some things she's looking to achieve, meaning she's very strategic with her application. They also have her joining a lot of mentorship sessions. These are sessions that you have professionals that are well defined in the sector come into it and they help you hold your hand and guide you into making that transitioning. This is one of the things that you find that is totally different or separate in analytics, whereby you have industry experts, you having a direct access to them and being able to for them to have them and hold you and guide you through the process of transitioning. And definitely one of the things that helped Sharon also is the portfolio building, which I'll be talking about 100% today also. Now, she was able to go through this process and definitely she found herself landing a job the same year. She started the program in March of 2025, and she was able to find herself landing a job in May in less than 3 months, right? Where she was able to find herself landing a job. Now, you also have Pavel. Pavel is somebody that have absolutely no background at all in tech. Pavel, as a matter of fact, Pavel is a teacher, right? A teacher in Cameroon. Then he relocated to US and he knew that he has to achieve a lot more. Whatever position, whatever situation he's in currently is not that favorable. So he needed to achieve more. Achieving more for Pavel is going through the data analytics program. He went through the data analytics program, and by the time he was done, he was able to find himself landing a job as a healthcare data analyst. This is somebody that doesn't have any background or any exposure at all into healthcare. All right. He went through the analytics program. He was able to follow a very structured approach as to how do you actually get these jobs. He followed this approach and he was able to find himself being able to tailor his job, his CV or his application to multiple jobs. And he was able to land himself a job as a healthcare data analyst. Pavel is currently in US, in Tucson, Arizona. And the one very, very interesting thing about him is he also got the job less than 3 months after the completion of the program, meaning the transformation that he was able to go through was able to help him understand what it actually takes to be a healthcare data analyst, and not just understand how to be a healthcare data analyst, but get a job and be able to work 100% as a healthcare data analyst. You have Ikma, who is a 100% stay-at-home mom, right? She, in her own space, she has absolutely nothing to do with tech because she's a full-time stay-at-home mom. But in her own case, during her program, the duration of the program where she took it was she was able to land a job during the program. But then Ikmat was still studying, so she was unable to pick up the job because it will require her to work full time, which she can't do because of her studying. So she declined these two jobs. She actually got two offers during her training. She declined it. Then, after her training, about 2, 3 months after her training, she was able to find herself getting multiple offers got multiple offers as a data analyst. And definitely for somebody that went through study, one of the priority is to get a job that will come with sponsorship. She's currently in UK. So one of the priority definitely is getting a job that comes with sponsorship. And I will tell you for free that she got a job that came with COS, and that particular job was or is currently working with NHS. All right. These are some of the opportunities that you're exposed to by going through the program, right? Now, when it comes to what are the skills you really need to find you landing a job in a health tech space, I'll tell you this for free, is whatever you want to do, however you want to do it, the first thing you want to do without you making a very, very grave mistake is you want to learn in what we call in a project-based environment, right? That is like the best way for you to learn forever, whatever job you're looking to get into. You didn't study anything healthcare, all right? You've never done anything that has to do with healthcare, but you're looking to get into it, just like Pavel, that has experience being a teacher or being able to land himself a job as a healthcare data analyst. The best thing you want to do for yourself is learn in a project-based environment. And what do I mean by learning in a project-based environment? It means when you're learning data analysis, when you're learning business analysis and any of your just non-coding programs you can get into, you want to learn them by working on projects. I'll be showing you a few of the projects that some of the participants, people have talked about, they took and they were able to leverage on to get themselves into landing this job. So if you have a background in healthcare or you have an experience, it makes it even much more fantastic because trust me, imagine you having like 5 years of experience being a nurse. The domain knowledge is very present with you, meaning you can leverage on something that is even way much more valuable to getting yourself into. So when you have the domain knowledge, you now still go through a program that is very based on project in the healthcare space. It furthermore skyrockets your opportunity to getting those jobs in the healthcare space. And these are jobs that you have a lot of organizations looking out to achieve or looking out to hire. Now, for you to be able to get into this space, all you have or all you need to do is go through that structured project-based learning environment where you learn by actually doing the real work. So when you're done doing the real work, and what that means is when you're working on a particular project, let's say during the data analytics program, you're working on a project that healthcare data analyst, somebody like Pavel, is currently working on in the organization where he's working, meaning you're learning how to actually work as a healthcare data analyst or as a healthcare process analyst if you're going with the business analysis program. You are actually working with the real thing, right? Now, one major advantage again that the learning in a project-based environment will give to you is it gives you an opportunity to show the work you've done. Tech is an environment that is quite heavy on, I don't want to hear what you said you've done. Rather, I want to see the things you've done. It's quite heavy on that. It's a very major important part that if you miss, you might struggle a whole lot to get in the job because when you are looking to get a job in the healthcare space or in the tech space generally, you are 100% coming in to solve a problem, leveraging on some technical tools. Now, anybody looking to hire you, they are very compact, they are very particular about. So you're coming to solve this problem for me. What are the things you've done? What are the problems you've solved for other organizations? Can I see them? So when you learn in a project-based environment, another value or another thing that this will be given to you is, aside from the fact that you must have learned how to be that professional because you worked on the project, it also gives you an ability to add that project to your portfolio. Meaning, when you get into an interview and they ask you to tell them about a time when you're able to solve ABC problem for an organization, you are able to easily go into your portfolio, show them some of the things you've done, and actually make them understand the process, the thought process around everything you've done, the action plan, the result of your execution, and the result that that particular task or your action was able to bring to them. This is a way to land a job. If there's any other person telling you, oh, you can do this by yourself, you can learn it, yes, but it can be very difficult because when you do that, number one, you'll not be learning in a project-based environment. You'll not be having a mentor to be able to hold you to understand how to really go through the ropes and having you be able to land a job. Remember, the main reason why we are all here today is we want to transition and land those jobs, right? I talked about some of the projects, some of the people that went through the program they took and helping them to landing jobs. So you have different case studies. And this is the way your programs are structured. You are coming into class 100% of the time to work on case studies. When I mean case studies, I simply mean case study because you have case studies from St. Luke Hospital, you have a case study from MedX Pharmacy, you have a case study on heartbeat emergency room, you have case studies in Greenhill Medical Centers, and a lot more. Now, when you get these case studies, one thing that they will show to you 100% is the current challenge that these organizations are facing. And how do you solve them? Solving them is the way you get to learn in class. So we don't expect you to be able to do all this by yourself. No, we bring this project into the class. You have a fantastic professional that will walk you through how to. So let's say, for example, you are looking at solving St. Luke's issue. You're solving that problem with Excel, meaning you're solving the problem of for St. Luke Hospital with Excel as a tool. So what this will give to you is definitely you know how to use Excel while solving that problem. Let's say you're solving the MedX Pharmacy with Power BI, or as a business analyst, you're trying to make them understand processes or whatever. You're doing that with Trello or Jira or Microsoft projects. You are working with a technical tool while gaining all this hands-on experience. And these are projects that you have real-world business analysts, data analysts, agile projects managers working on, right? This is how you build this credibility that has to do with you. Now, if you now have an experience already, either in the healthcare space or anywhere in the healthcare space, this makes it even much more valuable because you already have everything they're looking for. You spent years in this sector already. So you now have any technical ability to solve the problem from the technical perspective makes you a very fantastic catch. When they say big fish, it makes you a big fish. All right. Before I move on, remember, before I get into understanding the work experience and how do you gain the work experience, my colleague will be dropping an attendance form in the chat box. So make sure that if you have not filled it yet and you're joining the session for the first time, make sure you complete that. All right, make sure you complete that. And we'll have this particular session be recording shared to your email and also be able to share this particular report, this slide, this material I'm using. We'll have that shared to your email. All right. So diving into what are the things or how do you gain this real work experience, right? How do you get them? How do you even show the employees that you're like the best candidate for any of the roles you're looking to apply to? Because I mean, anybody looking to hire, they want to hire the best person, not the worst person. They want to hire the best applicant to that particular role. So how do you position yourself? Either do you have experience or you don't have an experience. How do you position yourself to get into that sport, right? And when you are talking about that, the first thing you want to do is talking about the project-based environment learning. You have this experience for 100%. You have that. Now, and one of the key things you want to really understand is employers don't just want you to know what you can do. That's one thing that is very important. They want to actually see it, what you've already done. They want to see what you've already done, which is what I actually buttressed on the following in the previous slide, that they don't care about what you can tell them that you've done before. Okay, you're telling us. Can we see it? And this is where your portfolio, if you have the technical skill and you're currently in the market trying to apply for a job and you don't have a portfolio, I can guarantee you 100% that you will struggle a whole lot. You'll probably not get a call back because when they go through your application, they are expecting to see a CV or a portfolio link attached to your application. And when they don't see that, they will not be able to validate anything you have in your CV. So they can see you've written a whole lot of things you said you've done. Well, where can they see what you've done? Because, like I said, getting into tech is you getting into a position that you want to take, you want to go through the technical perspective or the technical route to solve problem for organization, right? So they want to actually see how you solve this problem before, right? These are the things that recruiters are actively, when I say actively, I mean very actively, these are some of the things that they look out for and they expect you to have it while you're applying to any jobs. If you don't have it, definitely you struggle. And before you even get to say you want to jump into any interview or get called for an interview, these are the things that the interviewers, the recruiters, they go through. They look at your application, they look at your portfolio, they look at the things you said you've done to understand your capacity, your capabilities of solving the problem. They want to see that, right? And when they see that, they'll be able to see your value. All these things they get to see before you get into the interview. And when you have everything intact, it automatically positions you as a very fantastic, strong candidate into whatever you're doing. Now, during your in-class training, which is for 6 months, you get to work on multiple projects in the healthcare space 100%. Now, you have what we call internship. Your internship is going to be done with Amdari, a consulting firm, whereby you work on more projects. So you're doing your classes, working on projects in a learning environment. By the time you're not done, you get into internship where you get to work on more real-world projects, and this will open you automatically to a lot more opportunities. And one fantastic opportunity you can also get from this internship is Amdari is a consulting firm registered in London. You have opportunity for 100% to also get a reference letter from Amdari. And we have a lot of participants. When you get this particular slide, you'll be able to come to this part that says see portfolio of the people that went through the program, be analytics for business analysis, and the type of things they've been able to build and help them to land these jobs. You'll be able to see it 100%. And now when it comes to what are the programs? So I'll be talking about processes of how you can get into this and get that. What are the programs you can get into that has absolutely no code and you can find yourself, either you have a background in tech or you don't have a background in tech? What are the things you can leverage on? What are the programs you can get into that can get you that job that you need in 6 months? What are they? And we have a whole lot of them. When I was starting, I was telling you about different programs that we have. 100% we do have them. But when it comes to you getting into a no code, I want you to focus, right? I want you to be laser focused, avoid any sort of distractions, because what you are doing is quite different, or the route you are taking is quite different. And when it comes to you being able to go through that particular route, the first thing is, if one of the program you can get into is you learning data analytics skills, you want to learn that 100%. You want to learn business analysis, or you also want to learn Agile Project Management Scrum Master. If you get into any of these three, any of them, you have that very solid guarantee that, number one, there is nothing that has to do with coding, anything that has to do with Python, automations of script debugging, nothing like that. You don't have anything that has to do with coding, meaning you can get into any of these three very high in demand roles and get you that job. That's why I said I need you to be laser focused. It doesn't matter what you do at the moment. That's one thing I want you to understand. As a data analyst, there is absolutely nothing you've been doing either for years or what you're doing currently that doesn't involve you working with data. None. If you are taking daily reports, that is data. Whatever you're doing currently, there's none that you can tell me that you're doing that doesn't involve you working with data. There's none that you'll be doing that doesn't involve you planning. And there's none you're doing that doesn't involve you actually doing it for a better result. Data, planning, better results, data analytics, agile projects management, business analysis. All right. So you can leverage on these three things to getting yourself those particular things that you need. And this is where you come into your learning aspect. Now, when you learn, learning is a part of you transitioning. There's something we call packaging, meaning you've learned how to be this professional. How do you package yourself to making sure that the hiring managers that is looking to hire for professional, they are able to see you? The organization that is frantically looking for a business analyst to help them with the process of the organization, they can see you. How do you package yourself and making yourself very, very presentable so that anybody looking to hire you, you more or less like position yourself, you set yourself at a very specific angle or space whereby anybody that is looking to hire, there's no how they will not see you. How do you do all these things? These are the things that goes into packaging yourself, because when it comes to even products generally, everybody or any organization that is producing something, they want to have a fantastic packaging so that it is going to catch the attention of people, and that thing being able to market itself without them really spending heavy on marketing or promoting those things. Now, take this mentality, take this exposure, take this knowledge, and bring it into yourself. Right now, I've been a nurse or I've been in care space for about a year or two. How do I get, so when I get the technical skill, how do I position myself to make it easy for any tech professional, any recruiting manager, any hiring manager, for them to see me with everything that I've been able to achieve? And these are the things that goes into your packaging. Because when you're talking about packaging, number one thing is you will gain experience from any of the program you're looking to get into. And the second thing is what we call a CV revamp session. This particular one, we, Analytics, will handle this for you 100%. Meaning when you join the program, we'll take your CV, whatever CV you have currently, we'll take it from you and we'll revamp it for you. Right? When we revamp it, it will make you now stand very special in the space of any of the career path you're looking to get into. We have in-house professional that will get to do this for you. Then you have what we call LinkedIn optimization. Some of you that joined the session earlier must have heard some of the participants that were speaking, telling you how they were able to land a job only by LinkedIn optimization. The way LinkedIn works is it totally, while you update it or optimize it, which is something you will learn within the training, it positions you in such a way that it will make hiring managers see you and be able to have to reach out to you. And these are jobs that over thousands of people get without them even applying to it or even know about their existence. That is one of the magic that LinkedIn will afford you 100%. Then you can never underestimate you having a portfolio, which I've talked about many times. Having a portfolio to showcase everything you want, you've worked for, or every experience you have is a very fantastic go-to. Then you have mentorship, right? Mentorship is the gold mine. Because I mean, you imagine you're looking to transition into business analysis, and you have a business analyst working with Tesla, currently working as a business analyst with Tesla. This person is the one mentoring you, holding your hand as to what it takes to be a business analyst. That is exactly what your mentorship session is about. When you have fantastic, defined what to do professionals come into your classes and they guide you on how best to do whatever things you're looking to achieve. That is what your mentorship sessions is about. Then you also have what we call interview preparation, meaning when you learn all these things you're meant to learn, you apply to job and you get called for an interview. You don't just go into that interview blindly, or we don't leave you to prepare by yourself. You get into an interview preparation session with a professional, somebody that is actively hiring, somebody that is actively also interviewing people, get into sessions with them, and they'll be able to guide you on how best to answer. What are the questions you should be expecting? How should you answer them? These are the things that you get to do in your interview preparation. Then definitely, when it comes to you getting a job, there's no getting a job without a job reference. That's something you'll be able to get 100% from Analytics. And the last also is on the job support, meaning you've done your training, you've gotten a job. Fantastic. Mission accomplished. Yes. But do we leave you alone? Absolutely not. Because even while you're on the job, if you need some sort of guidance, some sort of support, or you've been asked to do something and on the job and you can't seem to find the way around it, we don't just leave you hanging like, oh, because you went through the program, you don't need any sort of guidance anymore. You got the job now. No, you 100% have the ability and the opportunity to reach out to Analytics, tell us about the challenge you're having, and we'll have a professional get on board with you and be able to guide you on how to solve these problems. So it's not just about you going through the training, you getting a job, and that's it. No. When we are family, family is a lifetime thing, all right? And definitely, the last thing you also want to do is job application. When it comes to job application, we don't do the one-click apply type of application. Definitely not, because you cannot put so much effort into your learning. You cannot put so much effort into your packaging only for you to now go ahead on LinkedIn or Indeed or Glassdoor and start doing the one-click apply. One-click apply is a total waste of energy, right? You will learn how to apply strategically, how to apply with precision, how to apply like a machine. And I'm not talking about you saying, oh, you hear some people tell you, oh, I applied to 50 jobs today. When I hear that, I'll look at you and I know you're not serious. Because you can't tell me you apply to 60, 50 jobs a day, 100 jobs in a day. You're wasting your time. You are totally wasting your time. Rather just you leave that thing and go and do something else. Because in the hiring space, there's something called ATS, Applicant Tracking System. That ATS is like, it's not like it's a bodyguard. It's like when you're trying to get into the club and you don't have the access to get into the club. You know those hefty guys that will take you and yank you away. That's exactly who ATS is. You're trying to apply to a job, we don't have access to that job. Your CV will never even get to the hiring manager. And when you apply to jobs, this is when you get a rejection letter, a few minutes later, a few hours later, even 24 hours or 48 hours later, telling you, oh, they've moved on to other better applicants, other suitable applicants. That is not the hiring manager sending you any rejection email. No, it is 100% the ATS, the bodyguard that is bouncing you back. And the reason is quite simple. Let's say you're looking to apply to a data analyst job, right? But that job, they need you to know how to use Tableau. But in your application, you know how to use Tableau 100%. But every BI tool you're talking about how you use Power BI to do this, how you use Power BI to do that, how you use Excel to do this, how you use Excel to do that. And you use that CV to apply to that job telling you they need you to have Tableau. Your CV, I will tell you for free, your CV is not getting out to any hiring manager. As a matter of fact, the hiring managers will not even see that CV. So when you do the one-click apply, that is the danger of what you're doing to yourself. You're setting yourself up, wasting time that we all know we don't have, applying to jobs that you literally not get to the hiring manager. So what you will learn in the program is you will learn how to tailor your CV to the job description itself. Meaning, how do you match your experience? They need somebody that have Tableau. Yes, you have Tableau. Now go into your portfolio, go back to your experience and tell them what you've done using Tableau. Then take that CV to apply to that job. It can be pretty exhausting, but trust me, all you need in a day, and this is from record, from people that have been able to land job even while still in the program, all you need in a day is not 50 jobs, 100 jobs, 1,000 jobs in a day. All you need in a day is 10 solid, at least 10 solid application. In your every 24 hours, you're able to churn in 10 solid application. Trust me, you'll be in a very fantastic spot. And this is a process that you've had a lot of participants go through, and you have them landing jobs even while still in the program, right? This is not something we expect you to know how to do, right? We don't expect you to know how to do any of these things. When you go through the program, you will learn how to get into this and tap into the opportunity of tailoring your CV to the jobs that are applying to you, and to definitely open you to landing those jobs, right? Now, I briefly mentioned the other time that the duration of your program is 6 months. So you'll be learning how to be a fantastic data analyst, business analyst, or agile project manager for 6 months. Then you get into an internship for 2 months when you get to work on more projects, right? You get to work on more projects, which will open you to opportunities that is beyond measure. And when it comes to your classes, you have your classes on Saturday. And the reason is quite simple. A big number of people taking the program, you have them working during the week. So as not to encroach or invade those times where we need to work, because we need to make money, you have your live instructor-led intensive classes on Saturday. Now, on Saturdays, you have two options. Either the morning class, UK time zone, UK West African time zone, or the evening class, UK time zone also. Now, the morning class is 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time, and that time is majorly suitable for people in UK, people in Africa, majorly suits them, even in Europe, it suits you. But if you're in Canada, if you're in US, if you're in Mexico, if you're in any generally, you will automatically be able to fit into the evening classes UK time, because that's going to be 10 a.m. MST, that's Mountain Standard Time, or 12 noon EST, that's Eastern Standard Time. So whatever time zone you're in, it's totally doable. And in a situation whereby if you miss any of these classes, definitely all your classes are recorded. All your classes are recorded, and you have a lifetime access to any of the sessions. So I'm talking about not just your instructor-led live classes. I'm talking about your mentorship sessions. I'm talking about your optimization sessions, your LinkedIn optimization, your CV optimization, you're tailoring your CV to match the jobs. All these sessions, they are all recorded. So even if you miss them, you never miss them, because they are recorded, they're added to your Google Classroom, and you have a lifetime access to all these materials. And you have your mentorship that will be happening on Thursday. So when I was talking about those professionals coming into your classes, you have them 100% on Thursdays. Now, this process that I've talked about is a simple process that you have a lot of participants go through, and having them land jobs. You did well from being a carer in UK to landing a job as a business analyst. She's currently in UK, living in UK, and she's working fully remotely for a company as a business analyst in US, right? She's currently living in UK, working fully remote from others field in UK. You have Esther, that is also a care worker, got a job as after the project Agile Project Management program, and she's doing fantastically well. Esther is still in the program when she completed her program. She completed her program in December. She started in September. She was able to land herself a job by December. Esther is a very fantastic lady, right? He joined a lot of mentorship sessions whereby he was able to actually understand everything that spans beyond just application, all right? She was able to learn every of these things, and she was able to find herself landing a job as after the Agile Project Management Program. So, like I said, complete the attendance form, and you'll be able to get all these particular reports, slide material shared with you. When I was talking about the pathology data analyst, I was referring to Martin. Martin is the gentleman that was able to get a job as a pathology data analyst. This is somebody that has absolutely no experience at all in healthcare. As a matter of fact, Martin used to be operations manager back in Nigeria, right? Went through the program, learned how to be a data analyst in working in a healthcare project, and definitely landed himself a job as a pathology data analyst if with NHS, all right? It's something you can get into. And always, as always, he went through the same process. He learned, he was able to package himself, and was able to learn how to apply to jobs strategically. And this is like a winning formula. And the reason why we have this winning formula is because, like I said earlier, we've been in this thing for over 5 years. I've been able to create that formula, that thing that actually works. If you're looking to get into this space for whatever purpose, this simple approach has been proven over time that is a very simple, direct approach, but the things you go through help you land those jobs. Oluwatoyin is a pharmacist back in Nigeria, and she was able to get herself a job as a pharmacy data analyst with NHS. The job also come with sponsorship. She was able to get this particular job 1 month before a completion of the program. So you see all these people I'm talking about, they were able to adopt the process even while still in the program. So it's not like you can start or the only time you can start applying to job is by 6 months or by 8 months or a few months after your program. No, the duration of the program is 8 months. You can start applying everything you've learned so far by 2 months into the program. So by 2 months into the program, you can start applying to jobs. And these are the things that will have you or have any of our participants start landing jobs by 3 months into the program. Is because of the structure, meaning being able to start applying to job by 2 months into the program, right? And like I said, if you're looking at the testimonial, there's a whole lot of it. So when you get this particular slide, you will be able to get into everything I've talked about, and you'll be able to take action. And trust me, you can listen to everything I've said from people that have absolutely no background at all in this space, being able to go through a fantastic structure and being able to learn yourself, George. You cannot listen to everything I've said and still remain where you are, because every information you need, every opportunity you need is currently being handed over to you, right? So take advantage of this particular information, and you have to make that change that will actually facilitate you transitioning into tech in 2026. And in this regard, we'll have a cohort that is starting 7th of February, which is a few weeks down the line. So if you're looking to join this particular cohort, all you have to do is register as soon as possible. And for you to register, the current price for the program is 1,250. That's the current price of the program. But currently, we have a 20% discount that's available only to the first 20 people to register. And if you're taking advantage of that discounted price, that will have you to pay $1,000. Now, if you have $1,000, it gets better, which is a 20% off. But for you to get started right now, all you have to do is click on the link that my colleague is sharing in the chat box. Click on that particular link. And for you to secure a spot, all you have to do is pay as low as $150, and you'll be able to spread the other instrumental payment up until 5 months. All right. So if you click on the link, which I also do right now, and I'll show you how to go ahead to also register and secure spots. If you click on that link, it will take you to the website, which is the instructor-led program. If you click on that particular link, let me take this and show you what I'm talking about. Let me bring that to the other screen. All right. So if you click on that link, it will bring you to this website, which is the analytics website. So what you want to do is you want to go on to whichever of the program you're looking to register for. So any of them you're looking to register for, you click on it. So that's going to be, in this case, because of the fact that we're being laser focused, so it's going to be either data analytics, business analysis, or agile project manager program. And if you scroll down, just over here, which is the Agile Project Management Scrum Master 2026. Okay, so let's say you're looking into this particular program. All you have to do is click on this part that says Buy Now. So once you click on the Buy Now, it will show up the page for you, and you see just over here, you see you have the special discount of 20%, which is only available to the first 20 people to register, which is a limited slot. So what you want to do is click on this part that says enroll now, and it will prompt you to register your email and have your email, your phone number, and have it verified. Once you have that verified, you will be able to sign in. In my own case, I already have the account, so I will just log in. So once you log in, you have the opportunity to get into this page, where the page that I'm seeing currently, and you'll be able to sign in, select the course you're looking to start, and you make your payment. Now, if you are looking to, if you're looking like, oh, February is too close, you're not so certain you'll be able to meet the February, but you don't want to miss out on the discount. You have abilities to still key into this particular discount and start in March. The next cohort is starting 7th of March. So you have ability to still pay now and start by 7th of March. So let's say you're looking to start in 7th of March. All you have to do is just click on this 7th of March. By default, 7th of February 7th of February is available by default, but once you come here, you can select March. Wherever you're joining from, you have ability to switch the currency, all right? Wherever you might be joining from. So I think someone said he's just joining, what's the discount? So the discount is 20%, and that's what you can see on your screen right now. If you're looking to pay that one time or you're looking to pay 2 times, you'll be getting yourself additional discounts. Which is, instead of you paying $1,000, 1,000 US dollars, you get to pay $975. This is going to be either once or twice. If you're looking to pay either one time or 2 times. But if that will not be comfortable for you, you have ability to pay 3 times, or you have ability to pay 4 times, which is going to be you paying $250 US dollars every month for 4 months, or you even have ability to pay 5 times. Now, you see these 5 installmental payments, we even made it much more easier for you to take advantage of it and get into the program. Meaning, instead of you to pay $200 every month for 5 months, which is going to amount to $1,000, you have ability to pay as low as 150 US dollars right now. And subsequent months, you get to pay 212 US dollars. So let's say, you're looking to take advantage of the 5 instrumental. All you have to do is click on this part that says apply discount, right? So once you apply the discount, and definitely you have ability to go down, verify your information, and see the payment plan. All right. So if you see that if you make your first payment today, 20th of January, you have ability to pay 150 US dollars right now. And subsequently, next month, which is a month after, you get to pay 212, and you get to pay that for the rest of the 4 installments, making it easy for you to secure a spot right now and get into the program while you continue to pay every month 212, which to me is a fantastic opportunity. So once you understand your payment plan, you want to confirm that your information is correct, you want to read terms and conditions. And once you're done with that, you want to also confirm, then you make your payment. This is how you go ahead to secure a spot and make sure you never do miss out on any of this opportunity 100%. Okay. Now I will be taking some questions. So if you have a question, you want to drop it in the chat box. So I'll be taking all these questions that you might have. And if it's something that you want to drop in the chat box, I can also take them and guide you on how best to move forward. Okay. So if you have a question, you might drop it in the chat box. But if you don't have, if you want to speak, I can have you mute your mic and you speak and guide ask whatever question you might have. Okay. So whatever question it is that you have, you can drop it in the chat box, or you can definitely use the reason icon, and I'll be able to take any of the questions you might have. Okay. Let me see. Okay. So I'll be starting from the top. I'll be able to take questions for some time because I believe we still have some time. So use the opportunity to get into whatever question we needed to get clarity on, and we'll move from there. Okay. All right. So let me see some of the questions I have. Let me see some of the questions that I have so I don't miss out any. I'm trying to go back to the very top. Okay, so I can see the introduction. I'm from digital marketing field. Welcome. So Swati Kumari, somebody in digital marketing, you want to get into business analysis or data analysis. Either of these two paths will do justice to whatever you're looking to achieve. Okay. So while we try to answer whatever question you have, you might want to take advantage of the discounts, because remember, this particular discount is not going to be available forever. So you want to take advantage of it. Make sure you don't miss out on the discount. And if you have questions, I'm still very much available to take any of your questions you might have. Okay. So, but the most important part is do not miss out on the discount. I'm going to have this. And if you're also joining from UK, apologies, I talked about only US dollars. You also have equal opportunity to pay in pounds. So if you're paying in pounds, that's going to be approximately you paying right now. If you're paying 5 installmental, you get to pay £115 right now. And subsequently, you get to pay £162 every month for the remaining 4 months. If you're in Canada, because I also have people in card, that is going to be you're paying 5 installments. That's going to be you paying 212 card right now. And subsequently, you get to pay 300. If you're joining from anywhere in the European countries, you get to pay 130 European euros. Then moving forward, you get to pay 184. I think I have somebody joining from Australia. So Australia, you'll be able to do the calculation with the Australian dollars according to the US dollars and be able to know exact amount you will be paying. Okay. So I'm going to leave this on the screen while I try to take all the questions that I might have in the chat box. And if you want to also speak, you can use the raise hand icon. I will be able to call you and ask you to speak 100%. Okay. So looking at the question, remember, if you've not filled the attendance form, try as much as possible to complete that so that you don't miss out on this everything we're talking about and be able to get the recording shared to you. All right. So while I continue, Tonya said, can a PM Scrum Master also take on business analysis role? The answer to that is no, right? A project manager cannot do the job of a business analyst, but in some cases, most times, a business analyst can do the job of a project, a project manager, in not to a very great extent, but the things you'll be learning with the business analysis program, it will open you to these opportunities to be able to work as a project manager after the business analysis program. But vice versa, it is not possible. Okay. So, Chioma Princess, I've asked you to unmute your mic. You can go ahead and unmute your mic and ask your question. Okay. Hi, Chioma.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, I just joined. I don't really know. Sorry, I don't really know if the program is just starting or if it's ending because I just go to your WhatsApp. It's been a long time I registered. I've not really been on that community. I just check it now. I saw the link for there's a class now. I have to join. So I don't really know if it's starting or
Okay.
if it's ending. Then my question is, I have interest to, transit to tech, but I've done some courses like I did my master's in project management but most of this thing is just theoretical. I've not really done something deep in it. So I'm a bit confused. I don't really know if I should go to agile project management or if I should go to data analysis or business, and I'm just confused. I don't really know which one I'll be able to do. That's my question. I don't really know. I think I'm
Right.
a bit confused. I need guidance somehow.
Okay, fantastic. So it's quite simple actually. So the big question now is, so okay, I've asked you to unmute your mic so they can answer this question. You said you did project management, which is theoretical 100%. Now, before doing this, before getting into the master's doing project management, what were you doing? What is your work experience like?
Okay, back then in Nigeria, I was working with a microfinance bank as a collection specialist,
Okay.
and I was also into real estate then.
Okay.
I was in.
So what you can leverage on is for your case, 100%, you can either get into business analysis, where your project manager experience will also come into play or play a key role. Because if you look at the things you get to learn under the business analysis, you will also be learning some aspect of project initiation planning and agile and scrum for projects, meaning you're still learning some bits of project management under business analysis. So the little bit of theoretical that you're exposed to is not going to go to a waste. And your experience, your work experience, your actual work experience is what you'll be able to leverage on by getting into business analysis. So what you're doing is you're capturing both business analysis and agile project management while you're going with the business analysis route. All right. Now, that's what you want to, that's what I advise you to get into the business analysis program. It will be like a very fantastic leverage for you. Now, when it comes to the session, if you are just starting, no, we're about to round up. That's why I'm taking questions. So what you want to do is I'll have my colleague share the link to the attendance form. Make sure you complete the attendance form. This session is recorded, all right? Complete the attendance form and they will have the link, the video, this session, they'll have it shared to your email. Then the material I used today also, they will have that shared to your email, okay? So you want to try as much as possible, make sure you complete that particular form, okay? I think the other question I have, which I think I've seen in two other different places, is questions surrounding the timing for the program. Okay, so I'm going to share that on my screen and hopefully, so for the timing for the program is 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time or 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. West African time. If you're in UK, that 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. is going to be 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Right? If you're in EST, that's Eastern Standard Time, that is going to be 12 noon. So not that's going to be 5 a.m. Is that 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Now, what you want to do is whatever time zone you are in, CST, PST, MST, change the 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. UK time, or say GMT, that's GMT plus one. So that's GMT plus 1 is going to be 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Change 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. GMT plus 1 to your current time zone. That will make you understand the timing for the program. And remember, it's 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. GMT plus 1 or 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. GMT plus 1. If you're in Mountain Standard Time, that is going to be the 6 p.m. is going to be 10 a.m. for you, right? So to make the timing for the program totally clear to you, I think what you want to do is make sure you change that to your current time zone, right? So I have someone, Nico said, I'm interested in the cybersecurity program. 100% you can get into cybersecurity. If you go through the same link that my colleague shared in the chat box, you have ability to scroll down. The same way I was able to select Agile Project Management or Business Analysis, you get into it and you select cybersecurity. You can register for it 100%. So Ola said, what time is the lecturing mentorship session again in UK? So for the mentorship session, that is going to be 9 p.m. UK time, 9 to 11 p.m. UK time on Thursdays. And for your live classes, those are the ones that happens on Saturdays, fixed time. I hope I was able to answer that question. So trauma, okay, I think I've answered trauma. I think I've answered Tunia also. So Nico said, what makes you better than every other program out there? I mean, I've talked about a few of them, which is the project-based environment, right? You're not just learning in a random organization or in a random project. You are learning on projects that you have people, fantastic professionals working in fantastic organizations. You're working on projects that you're exposed to within the organization as a professional. You're looking to get into cybersecurity, right? So you're not just working with any project in cybersecurity, you're working on project that cybersecurity analyst, like a penetration tester is working on, a penetration tester working with Microsoft is that's type of project you're working on in the class. That's the type of project you would use to learn how to be a cybersecurity analyst, right? Then aside from this, you have people from well-defined areas or career paths in tech come into your classes and guide you and hold you as to how to be a fantastic cybersecurity professionals. These are some of the things that are totally highlighted that you will struggle to find in any organization aside from analytics. And the very good part of it is you have a lot of them. You have interview preparation, you have interview simulations, you have LinkedIn optimizations, you have hand holding. Before you get into an interview, you get the opportunity to get a one-on-one with a professional that will prep you for, I mean, all these things, and they don't come at any fee aside from the 150 US dollars you take to secure a spot right now and the subsequent payment, which is 212, you get to pay for the remaining 4 months. Everything I've talked about, and as a matter of fact, everything you'll be getting with analytics, they are tagged to that money. You don't get to pay any other fee aside from that. I hope I've been able to make it a lot more clearer to you. Okay, so Priska said, could you please elaborate more on the internship opportunity for about? Okay, so what that really means is by the time you're done with your 2 months in your 6 months in class training, learning in a project-based environment, the keyword learning, right? By the time you're done, now you have all the experience, all the skill, everything you need. Getting into internship, that is you're going to be doing internship with a consulting firm. Consulting firm is space whereby you're working on more real-world projects and more hands-on, meaning, and the purpose of all these things is when you get into an interview, there will always be questions about your competence. How have you been able to do this? Tell me about the time when you did that. Now, the things you've done in the class is one part. The ones you're doing during your internship is another part. And the very good part about all these things, again, is you have ability to get a reference letter from the consulting firm. Meaning, aside from the fact that you can have them on your CV, talk about things you've done. If the organization you're interviewing with, they want to furthermore verify, they can go ahead, reach out to the intern company, and the internship, the company will to actually validate everything you've talked about and put you on that growth path to make you look like, yes, you are the go-to person. And that's because of the things you've actually been exposed to or the projects you've been able to do during your internship. Okay? I hope that clarifies more about what you're looking to get. So I have Samuel Owolabi. I will ask you to unmute your mic and speak while I take on more questions.
Hi, good afternoon from
Hi,
Canada.
Samuel. Hi, Samuel.
Yeah. I'm sorry, please. I'm driving, so I'm trying to be very quick with this. So, thank you for the information section. It was really enlightening. I actually learned a lot. So my question is, if during the program or during the class, and I was able to get a job, say 2 or 3 months in, would
Yeah.
I still partake in the internship, which comes after 6 months? Would I still partake in that? That's my first question. Then my second question is that you mentioned that the next class starts in February 7th, and the discount doesn't is not going to stay for long. So what if I want to start in the March 7th class? Do I have to take do I have to take advantage of the discount now? Why wait for March 7th?
Okay, thank you for that question, Samuel, and drive safe. Okay, so the answer to that, let me start from the discount. Yes, so if you're looking to start March 7 and you want to take advantage of the discount, that's why we have it also on the website, whereby you have the opportunity to select March 7. Let's say you're looking to make your payments today. You can make your payments today, select March 7th, and secure your spot. If come Saturday, if come Saturday, the discount is over, it doesn't really affect you. It doesn't affect you in any way because you've been able to secure your spot while the discount is still currently available. And you can do that and start in March. Okay, you can do that 100%. Now, to the second question, which is if you get a job 3, 4 months into the program, you still need to do the internship. By default, yes. But in this particular case, it is optional. If you now feel, oh, so I don't need the internship anymore, 100% you can leave the internship. I mean, the internship is part of your program, but we always advise, it gives you a lot more exposure as to the things you'll be doing in your field. We have people they were able to, a lot of people that were able to get jobs 3 months into the program. They will not stop their training because there's still a lot of things they don't know. And once they're done with their training, they got onto the internship. The internship is not physical, it's virtual. And the people you'll be interning with are people that are 100% also occupied or currently on a job. So your timing is going to be very, very flexible that you can fix your meetings, your stand-ups, your working around projects to weekends at a specific time that will work for everybody. Okay. So we'll always advise you to get into the internship, even if you've landed a job, because I mean, you can't know everything at this point in time, except you've been exposed to a lot of things that will put you in such positions for. But what our advice is, yes, we advise you to get into it, but if you feel you don't want to get into it, you don't need it, it's not needed by you, you have the opportunity 100% not to go ahead with it. If it's going to affect your work 100%, you have the opportunity. I hope I was able to answer that question for you, Samuel.
Yeah. You have to ask this question for me very well. And just a very little last question, quick one. While you were talking about people that have gone through the program, have gotten a job and all that, you mustn't talk about people that have gotten this job in Canada, sorry, in the UK. I don't know what the job market is in Canada in those specific roles, if they are something that it's what's it called, that's in demand, as the case may be, compared to the UK and the US. So that is something I would really, really love to know about, so that I can be able to weigh in my options and all that.
Yeah, definitely. So when it comes to getting jobs in UK, Canada, US, trust me, it is everywhere. It's not limited to just people in Canada. I think, I talked about Hope. Hope went through the Agile Project Management Program and she was able to get a job in Canada. I just didn't highlight all other because if I want to talk about testimonials, 3 hours, we're still here. We have a lot of them on our YouTube page. A lot of them are in Canada, a lot of them are in UK, a lot of them are in US. All right. We even have less people that are in Nigeria, though we even have people in Africa still working fully remotely. And when it comes to the job market, I hope you know that Analytics as a company itself is registered in Canada. So when it comes to the job market, we quite understand how it works. The Canadian job market can never be compared to the UK job market. All right. So we understand the things you need to have that extra leverage needed for you to get that job in Canada as against UK. UK is a bit more relaxed. You can be out of job in a month and you get a job back in a month or two. It's not the same thing in Canada, right? So we understand all these things and what are the things you can leverage on to put you on the pedestal of you being able to actually get the job that you need. How do you showcase yourself? These are the things that the program will totally highlight during your mentorship, and you'll be able to get a clear guide on how best to go about all these things. Okay? Hope that was clear enough.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing you. Are you looking to start February or March?
I'm trying to look at my schedule. I mean, it's February is closed already, so I'm trying to look at my schedule. If I can start in February, then sounds good. And if not, then I have to wait in March. So to make the payments, I have to do that through the website, yeah?
Through the website. So this will be all the link will also be shared via email. So the fact that you are driving, you might not be able to get access to that. So the link will be shared with everybody via email. So make sure you complete the attendance form so I'll be able to share that.
I've done that attendance form already.
Awesome. It will be shared via email. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, so I think I've been able to answer Moses. When is the next class commencing? I think I've also been able to answer that. The next class is 7th of February, and after that, 7th of March. Okay, let me see if I have more questions. If on it time a week, okay, so Trima is asking, wants to know how many times in a week if the class is starting by 7th of February. So you have your classes on Saturdays, but you're not having your live intensive live classes. You don't learn only by joining your live intensive classes. There's something we call self-paced sessions. These are self-paced watch me do it video sessions whereby you get to watch a short bit video and you get to learn also. So the major difference between the self-paced and the live class is the live class is actually live where you can interact with your instructor just like this. But the self-paced, they are pre-recorded. So you learn in a blended approach type of learning. Okay. These are the ways you get the self-paced. There's something you get to watch at your own time. It's not with a fixed time. You get to watch it at your own time. And we always advise that in whatever you do during your training, no matter the background you're coming from, no matter the program you're looking to get into, dedicate at least in your every 24 hours, dedicate at least 1 hour to your self-practice, okay? So that makes it a lot more easier for you to get from having nothing to being able to land yourself a job 3-4 months into the program, okay? So Tony asked a question. I believe Tony has been able to get answer from my colleague Elijah. Mary said data analysis, business analysis, which one is less saturated and you'll be able to get a job. So Mary, the answer is, you see both of them, they are quite elaborate. There are quite a lot of opportunities in this both direction. Either as a data analyst, as a data scientist, as a business analyst, any of the program that we are offering, before we carve out these 10 different programs, we currently have 10 different programs. Before we're able to carve them out, we actually did our own job. And this is going through the job board to actually identify roles that a lot of organizations are looking to hire for. So after being able to identify that, we scrape it, then analyze it based on the ease of learning, the ease of transitioning, and something that is going to give a fantastic salary. Okay, so after all these analysis, we're able to identify these 10 jobs, the data analytics, the business analysis, amongst others. So what will really define if you are getting the job or not getting the job. It's not that there is no job in the market. No. Is, do you have what it takes? Are you able to properly showcase that you're a business analyst? Are you properly able to showcase to the person looking to hire you to know that you're a fantastic data analyst? These are the things that makes the difference, that will expose you to landing that job. Not like there's no job as a data analyst or there's no job as a business analyst. All right? I hope I've been able to furthermore clear that misconception. All right? So Afolabi said, I'm a pharmacist and just completed data science program. I just completed data science and it became too technical at some point. I have not done internship yet. It's possible to work on a health data project for our internship, and you have special discount package for alumni since data analytics, business analysis is specific for to secure. Okay, so Afolabi, what is going to happen is reach out to your coordinator. So that's going to be Fokwe. So reach out to Fokwe and have this conversation with her and let her know that you spoke with me, Prince, and let's find a way to discuss. Let's see why it's technical, what are the things that you're struggling with, and how we can be of help going into internship with Amdari. Okay, so have a conversation with Fokwe and keep me in the loop. Okay. So Nicole said I have 2 masters, still not making 6 figures. I'm trying to build my money and skill set. Fantastic idea. Liberian and instructional design. I should do research program. Please advise. The climate in the US is challenging and I want to be able to work anywhere. So you have a master's. So Nicole, you said you have 2 masters. In what program or what course do you have these masters? Right? Let me know. Okay, let me know. So I'll be able to guide. You can raise your hand so we can speak and be able to actually understand what we're talking about. So Samsung said, you mean that it's not easy to get a job in Canada, like UK? Wow. So when it comes to the job market in every economy is quite different. In Australia, the job market is different. In UK, the job market is different. In Canada, the job market is very different. Okay. Now, when in UK, the hiring market, the labor market, the job market is more friendly. You wouldn't know except you are actually there. You've been in this two space. You wouldn't really know. In UK, I always tell people that in UK that you are enjoying and you don't really know what you have. When you take this same experience, this same level of skill, you take it and you get into Canada. Do you understand that UK, when it comes to job markets, it's very friendly. It's not as friendly like that in Canada. So if, for example, I think that's Moses, if you and Moses go through the same program and you are applying to 5 jobs in a day, you're in UK. I'm talking to Samsung. Sorry, I don't know your name. I'm saying it as Samsung. You're applying to Samsung. I'm sorry. Apologies. You're applying to 5 jobs in a day and you're in Canada. You're in UK. Moses don't want to be doing the same thing. Right? Kingsley, fantastic. So Kingsley, let's say you're in UK, you're applying to 5 jobs or 7 jobs in a day. You're in UK. Moses in Canada does not want to do the same thing. He wants to double the effort, all right? Because of how the market is, all right? Fantastic. So because of how the market is, the way you are so relaxed searching for a job in UK, he does not have that opportunity, does not have that luxury. All right. So that means for you, if you're in Canada already, you know you need to sit tight, right? The market, the job is there, but you're competing against a whole lot of things. The uncertain hiring managers, they don't know what they're looking for. The other race markets that they are literally everywhere. You're competing against them. And all this thing has to do with you being able to actually get the job done. So there's literally no shortcut. You need to own your skill. You need to be able to actually dictate and talk about things you've learned and be able to show them what you actually have the experience on. So for you in UK, you don't have this much of a headache because the market is not as hostile, to use the word hostile, as those in UK, all right? So I have Amin. Amin, I'll actually unmute your mic. So I'll take Amin and I'll take Nicole. Then we call it a night, okay?
Hey,
And if
good afternoon. This is
hi,
Amin.
Amin. Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm speaking from the US. I
Hi,
want
Amin.
to ask a question. My question goes this way. In your cyber security, is it the technical, not technical? You take people as in GRC, not GRC? Which one do you take people? I want to know the one you do training for.
So for the cybersecurity program, if you actually come to, you can see my screen, correct?
No, I'm driving anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So for the cybersecurity program, you are learning the technical and the non-technical. You're learning both of them. You are learning penetration testing, you are learning SOC analysis, you're learning threat intelligence, and you're learning GRC during your 6 months. Now, the only difference is when you now get into internship, this is where you now specialize. So if you're looking to get into GRC, your internship is going to be 100% focused on GRC. If you're looking to get into SOC analysis, your internship is going to be focused 100% on SOC analysis for the 2 months, all right? So, but for the knowledge building, that is something you get to learn. You learn everything during your 6 months, okay?
That's my concern. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, bye.
So I have Nicole. So I'll have Nicole, then we call it a night. Hi, Nicole. I've actually unmuted your mic.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. It's me. Is the bathroom?
Yes, you can go ahead. I can hear you.
Yeah. So I just wanted to ask about my skill sets.
Okay.
So you had asked me personally what my master's was in, and so my master's is in library science and in instructional design or instructional technology design and development. That's what the degree says. The issue I'm having is I just I don't want to keep taking like courses and things like that, and I'm not successful. So I'm attracted by what you guys are saying. A good friend of mine referred me because she's going to actually take the course and she's very impressed with you guys. But my concern is I have all of this like desire to, get my skill sets up. And with me living in America right now, I want to get out of here if I can, and I want to be able to live remotely. So I just want to make sure that this is going to be a win-win situation and a good investment for me. So I don't know if I should do something brand new like cybersecurity, or if I should do UX design, which is kind of close to instructional design. Ultimately, I just want something that I can do remotely, do it well, get the good training, and do a good job. That's kind of where I'm at with the whole thing.
Okay. So thanks for sharing this with me. So what I actually think is definitely yes, you have ability to get into tech with UI UX. It syncs 100% with what you currently have. Then which I believe is a very good approach to you transitioning. Okay, because it lower the entry barrier for you because you actually have the theoretical knowledge, a theoretical background. In your own case, aside from the 2 masters you have, do you have any other work experience? Okay, let me see. I think you've muted your mic. Okay, I've actually on mute. Do you have work experience?
So I'm currently working with the federal government here, and I used to do librarianship, but I got reassigned. So now I'm doing writing, editing, but I also worked as a school librarian for like 7 years. So I have 15 years of library experience. But my instructional design degree that I got in 2019, I did a federal internship in 2017, but I haven't really worked in that field. So that's why I was like, well, maybe the certification in that might actually, open up doors and I could actually do that. But my main thing is I see a lot of cybersecurity positions when I look on Indeed and things. So I was like, well, maybe I should just try a brand new upskill. And so I just figured you would give me some good feedback on that.
Yeah, the fact that you're also in US, there's a lot of opportunities in cybersecurity. And if you're getting into cybersecurity, the path whereby you will have that leverage definitely is going to be in the GRC because of your Liberian experience. It's going to be the GRC aspect. So I think moving forward, you're not isolated to just UI UX. You have opportunity either in cybersecurity GRC or UI UX. So it's now really going to be down to you to decide on, oh, so I want this or that. For me, I think looking at the salary, the pay grade, the opportunity, the fact that you're currently working with federal government is an added advantage. And you getting into cybersecurity with that in US, it's a very fantastic opportunity for you, right? So what I think is to really be smart about it, let's leverage on your years of experience as a librarian and you get into cybersecurity. Now, have it in mind that you will do some technical things in cybersecurity. You will, right? But that doesn't mean that by the time you're done with the program, that is what you will continue to do. No, you have the non-technical aspects, which is the cybersecurity, the GRC under cybersecurity. GRC is governance, risk, and compliance. Okay, so your exposure as a librarian will give you that extra edge in that aspect of cybersecurity. So we can leverage on that and have you get into cybersecurity, considering your current location and your current position, right? But another option, which is now your second fallback option, is you becoming UI UX designer. You can get into product design 100%, and that will also be a very good approach. But if you ask me which I would rather go for, which is better, I think I'll go with the cybersecurity. I don't know if that makes sense to you. Okay, so every other person that have further questions, so we don't further delay, make sure you complete the attendance form. Make sure you secure your spot, all right? If you have any questions, we have what we call clarity sessions. These are sessions that happens every day. Okay, book a session, ask to speak with a professional. You get into a session with them, and they'll be able to look at everything you're looking to go through 100%. They will look at everything, your career path, your skills, your things you like, things you don't like, and how you can leverage, take advantage of these things, and what path is a better option for you to get into. All right. So, but make sure you book a slot, secure a slot, pay the 150 US dollars, and look to start either February or in March. But if you have other questions as to whatever program you want to have selected, book the sessions and we'll be able to jump into sessions and answer whatever question you have. Okay. I'll not be able to take more questions because of time, so we don't keep everybody here, but make sure you secure a spot. And if you have questions, like I said, book a one-on-one and you have a professional, either myself or some of my other colleagues will be able to take any of these questions for you and guide you as to how best to move forward. All right. At the absence of any of this, can you do enjoy the rest of the day and take care. I'll be looking forward to having each and every one of you in the program starting February or in March. Cheers and bye for now. Loma.